Welcome to the All In Alliance AIA Poker Podcast. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, the House Woodmancy.
What up, the King, a.k.a. Marty, a.k.a. I gave myself this name, a.k.a. Carry On.
And joining us tonight is Mrs. Sue Tsunami Padron. How you doing, Sue?
Great.
Thank you for joining. This is our third episode of season 3. We're back. We took a week off because of the 4th of July holiday week. We had a lot going on, a lot of poker going on. Chris and Sue went to the ranch and shot off a bunch of fireworks. Why don't you tell us a little bit how you guys' weekend went?
You know, the weather was really perfect. It wasn't too hot out there.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I got hot because I was moving around and grilling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I had my dog out there for the first time. So,
oh, that's right. Jacob, you got your new dog.
He did really good, surprisingly, with all the people.
Wow.
Yeah. And we had over 70 people that Saturday night.
Dang.
And where was this at?
At my father-in-law's ranch.
And this is Abel. Abel's your father-in-law. And where is the ranch, by the way?
Kemp, Texas, right near Coffin or closer to Gun Barrel City.
Oh, nice. And how big is the ranch?
It's like 482 acres. So.
Dang. That's pretty nice.
Everybody slept in their own. Well, we slept in the cabin.
Oh, nice. So 70 people, is it like just mostly family and maybe employees of Abel?
No, this time it was mostly, it was family, of course, but then we have like friends of friends and then like third cousin friends. And I'm like, what? I'm like, it was a lot of friends of our friends there.
And Abel does this like, 3 times a year for 4th and New Year's and Memorial Day?
No, Easter.
Oh, Easter. That's what it is. So Easter, 4th of July, and
New Year's.
Yep.
Nice. Pretty awesome.
He used to do a Christmas party, and that's how I met Sue for the first time. I just got into the family. I went to the Christmas party they had at the office before he had to move to the ranch, and I met Sue right there, sitting right next to me. She had hair like a silver fox, like boom. Right? And
I stole his gift. Remember, I stole your gift?
And then we're playing Secret Santa, and I'm like, okay, I really don't want to play, but everyone has to play for free. It's free. And I get a gift at the very end. I'm like, literally just at the very end, I get a gift, and it's like this $500 scarf, and it's like gold and like or beige and like silky. And I'm like, damn, it's like I think it was like Louis Vuitton. I don't know. It was like a fancy ass box. And I'm like, yeah. And then Sue, oh, hey, I got one. Sorry. Sue had a gift that someone stole. And then Sue had the opportunity to steal because she didn't have a gift. And so she stole my scarf. She didn't know me. She stole my scarf. I'm like, no. So I had to steal, and I stole some like Aliers or cologne.
So somebody stole from you. You said, well, instead of making it right, I'm just going to steal from somebody else.
I mean, had to. That's how the game played.
Ah, I gotcha.
How the game played.
Man, these were expensive gifts. These weren't like Ross gifts. These were like Dillard gifts.
Like cashmere scarf and shit like that.
No, the scarf that she did for me is very expensive, and I wanted it so badly.
Well, knowing Abel, there's spared no expense. But yeah, y'all played a lot of cards this weekend, didn't you?
We played one time. I think it was Saturday, right?
And Loteria.
Yeah, she played.
Oh, I love Loteria. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I hate bingo because of that family. I used to never hate bingo, and I never heard him or like I heard of bingo. I never played it.
You mean you haven't won bingo at once yet?
No, I won it. It just I would never play Loteria again ever, and because in that family because they play it way too damn much, and they make you say in Spanish, and I suck at saying the stuff in Spanish.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm. I think I say when I say the boot. I said La Buta or like something like that, and they were like, huh? You just cussed? You just cussed? Huh? I'm like, what did I say? I said La Buta. That's what it said.
No, you said puta.
Yeah, you said La Puta with a P.
La Puta.
I think there's a very important rule that you need to follow, Chris. If you don't know English, you don't damn sure be learning Spanish.
Try to say it in Spanish, so it's their fault. And I think I said the siren or the C-ring or I don't know.
At the beginning, they would give luxurious gifts.
I'll bet.
blenders, $200, $100, but now everybody just pays for money.
Okay.
Order
Sounds like
card.
fun.
Then you have like any and the four corners.
Four corners and the pasito, Marty.
Yeah.
The pasitos are the ones, the four corners in the middle, and if you get that one, that pot's usually worth $60, $70.
Love it.
Easily.
Love it. That's awesome. And the next trip will probably be what? New Year's or something like that. Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Their fireworks show last year, it was better than Disneyland.
Oh, wow. That says a lot. And I know Abel, he's not going to just like buy some of the rinky-dink fireworks. He's going to go out and he's going to get the good fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
What, you too good for the snake? You too good for the snake, Lee?
Oh, the snake. I love the snake. I like to pile them on top of each other and light them.
On Saturday, we went to the fireworks warehouse. He spent $6,200.
$6,200. Wow, nice. That's Abel for you.
Just for fucking
But he spent more last year. He spent more last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
way
it.
more.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. That man's got some money.
And they have ATVs. There's like 4 or 5 ATVs. Chris's son, Elijah, is probably a master even on the adult ones.
Oh, wow.
They have kid ones and adult ones. And he was like the little master.
That's pretty awesome.
I love it.
Little Elijah. Or is that Marty Jr.? Chris, is that Marty Jr.?
Yeah, that's Elijah.
His little ass isn't men. That's exactly what he needs to be.
All right, so it's been a while since we played our league. It's been 2 weeks. Who could remember, and Chris, if you don't mind posting this, Dan, because I'm sure none of us remember, but who could remember who took first that night?
Let's see if you can remember.
I think Marty remembers.
Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry?
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it because I don't know. I didn't want to mispronounce her name.
How do you say your name?
She only cares about you spelling it wrong, so that's all that matters.
So Sherry took first, and do anybody remember who took second?
Yeah, ready?
I think it was Will.
Son Peyton.
Oh,
Mr.
Peyton. That's right. Yeah, so Peyton took second. Tsunami took third. And was it Gino fourth?
Gino fourth.
Yes.
You're fourth,
Gino
and then Andi fifth.
Andy.
Where is Andi right now? Who knows what's line those?
And she was like always in the bottom 10, like bottom 15.
Not this time. She places probably the highest she places in the top 5, and then she can't even make it to the podcast.
And then we have Mr. Irrelevant,
Michael.
Brian.
B. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Brian with a B. Yeah.
Butthead Brian.
But
Brian.
And that was 7th. So who was 8th?
Gabarina.
Gabe. Yeah, he kicked my ass that night. I was second out. I was like at the bottom. Wait a minute. Who was out first that night?
It was Q.
I'll take a guess. No, it wasn't Q. It was not Q. We all remember that.
Yeah, Q dropped out, so he doesn't count. But who was out? Who actually played and was out first?
I don't have that.
I know who it was because I picked him because I picked his ass. And I told him. So let's go through this real quickly. And Sue, you should hear this process of right. Yeah. So Chris has a bad habit of talking noise and the most awkward times at time. You know, he kind of puts himself in these little corners and these little moments where he talks shit and it allows people kind of retaliate and set these grudges against him. And they're short grudges because, you know, he's got a goofy face. It's hard to stay mad at him, right? So he sets these little things. And so he kind of somehow annihilated himself in terms of how he was trying to put everybody in the entire league against him. And he's the host, for crying out loud. So our good friend, Mr. Mayor Pokertown, decided to put a bounty on him after he was talking all this trash. And he wasn't talking trash to just me. I mean, he was talking trash to everybody that would come at him. So that's what happened. Lee put a bounty on him. I told him, I said, hey, I hope to God I'm sitting next to you because I'm coming after you. That's exactly what I said. And Mr. Irrelevant, Michael, says, hey, you know, you picked me, whatever. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take you out. Or he had a whole other agenda at hand. But
He did.
once the cards started dealing, I felt just like Phil Hellmuth. I was causing all kinds of ruckus. I was bullying him. I looked over. Yeah, I looked over left, right, and kind of every moment he would open his mouth, I think him and I went into battle. Right? You remember this? It was just like that, right, Chris?
Yeah, it's a blur. Yeah, he forgets. Selective thinking.
So anyway, every time he talks shit, he gets called out, and then it comes full turn and cycle, and that's exactly what happened. So he went out on a technicality. He was trying to blame it on Q. Q hadn't been there in 3 weeks. We've been divvying his money in, for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So
exactly.
Hey, but is Noe going to play, Chris?
Okay, so I don't know what Marty just said. I think he should be the mentor. So, guys, I'm not our listeners. I'm really sorry what you have heard. Please forgive us.
Go ahead.
The only person I'll say is Sherry played like Bill's. Oh my God, hell me.
Sammy, say it. Don't say it in Spanish.
I'm so heartbroken.
But well, let me elaborate a little bit on the bounty that Marty brought up. Marty picks Chris out to go first in his picks last week, and like Marty said, Chris is big head talking shit. I probably should have done it too because I was out right after him. But anyway, so that night starts. I said, or no, the end of the podcast. I said, we're going to put a fucking bounty on Chris. And I said, who's in with me? I think Marty participated. Jesse participated. Gabe. So we all put $5 in. So it's a cash bounty. Now, we normally have bounties in our tournament that we pick before we start. And those bounties are just for prizes like extra chips the next week or an extra point or, whatever. But
C-slot, yeah.
So this is our first cash bounty that we had put on somebody. Of course, it has to be Chris. We love Chris. And wouldn't you know it, the bounty rule was he has to be out first in the whole tournament. Otherwise, the bounty's off. And it was the first successful bounty because the fucker went out first. I couldn't believe it. So, Chris, you have officially made the first successful bounty. Congratulations.
I didn't go out first intentionally.
Well, of course it wasn't intentional.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, you make it sound like I
I'm surprised that you admit that you say that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming.
Must be. So we made a successful bounty. Me, Marty, Jesse, and Gabe all pitched in $5. And who was the person that got him out? Who?
Sherry.
It was
Sherry did.
So Sherry got him out. Now Peyton did the majority of the work.
I'm just happy it wasn't one of y'all fucked.
So Peyton did the majority of the work.
I was close. I had you on the ropes, man. You were down to freaking $10,000 for crying out loud.
Wow.
And he sat there, and then he missed it. He missed a big blind right before the break. Because remember, he got knocked out that next hand. So then after break, so he was skating by, and and he had me beat. It was a pair, some dumb pair or whatever. Because I was big blind. So of course I'm in, and I think I had a pair of 5s or something stupid like that. And he's like, I had 8, and I was like, you should have bet. You should have bet. But at $10,000, he was holding on for, like I said, I swear he got 5 deals, and he was sweating because he wants it. He's got FOMO, so he wants to be in every damn hand. So I know that was harder than anything he's done this whole season. So
I love it.
Right.
So the inevitable happened. He got eliminated by Sherry. And so first successful money bounty goes to Chris.
I'm just happy the person who took me out also won the night. So
she did. She ended up winning the night. She was
that's what makes me happy.
Maybe
I'm going to tell you right now, Sherry, after having not been there, for the first couple of weeks, and then watching her play, another solid player in the ranks, man. I watched her play. I kind of watched, and it's very calculated. She kind of gave a couple of different looks, man. So it was a lot of tough decisions that you had to make on top of the other people that we play with in this league. I love the people that we play with. Everybody's got some quality opportunities that will throw you off. Everybody has the ability to knock everybody out, if that makes sense. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
It makes it a lot funner.
It really does. All right. So that was what week
Who's
3?
at the leaderboard right now?
Yeah, that's right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are we ready for that or no?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay. Attention. Welcome, everybody, to week 3. Standing in first place, we have Gino with 65 points. In second place, we have a first woman, the first woman who could ever land on the face of the house, the floorboards, and take the host out. The hostess with the mostest, Sherry. In third place.
Hey, real quick, Chris. Real quick, I'm so sorry. Hey, listeners, you guys just voted. Hey, they voted on the blog. They don't want you to do this for the next 26 people, for fuck's sake. So do it for the top 3 and carry the hell on. Let's go.
I told myself I'm just going to do the top 3.
That's going to take the whole damn hour up.
I was just going to do the top 3 and end it.
You know, the end it. Just keep going with the names. Go ahead. I was just messing with you.
And third place, Peyton with plus 55. All right. The rest don't matter after that. So,
all right, let's go.
Fourth place is Ryan with the R plus 50. Fifth place is Chris, your host, with plus 45. Then we have King Marty, plus 44 in sixth place. Tied for sixth is Michael Irrelevant Benton with plus 44. In eighth place, we have Will I Am. Fourth place with plus 43. Tied for eighth is Carrie, plus 43. Another tied for eighth is your host, Lee McDonald, the mayor of Pokertown, McDonald.
I got promoted to president.
Yeah. With plus
what in the rotten hell is going on here?
Oh, no. 11th is Gabe, plus 36. 12th, Brian, plus 34. And then we have a tie for 12th because a newcomer, Noe, has been entering in over Q. So he's also tied for 12th with plus 34. All right. 14th is Jesse, a.k.a. Daddy, with plus 32. Tied for 14th is Andi with plus 32. And then 15th is Tsunami, plus 26 with that killer jump. Congratulations. With 21 points she got that night.
Wow.
Yeah, 21-point jump.
Nice job, Sue.
16th place is B, Brian, plus 24. 17th is Robert, plus 19. 18th is Stephanie, plus 15. And then 19th is Ronnie. Sorry, 20th is Ronnie with plus 14.
So that was week 3. We got 7 more weeks left. So plenty of time to make a big jump. But yeah, so pretty exciting 3 weeks. And I think we're all pretty excited to get back at it for week 4 this week. As in Phil Hellmuth saying, I'm all in, or whatever the hell he says.
Oh, shit.
I hate going down there and go get him. He's creepy.
Dude, your fingers are in your belly button. It can't get any more creepy than that. Crying out loud.
Every time I go get him, he slaps my ass.
Well, stay in the bag. Be the big spoon for once, man.
Buck up, yeah. He's my cousin.
All right. Yeah, y'all's family bush over there is very confusing, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
The bush. Hey, well,
twigs on top of twigs.
When you're from Louisiana, everyone gets down and dirty.
Ooh.
All right, let me go get him. Yo, Raquis.
What have you been doing?
Here. No kidding.
Peanut nail boy.
What the hell? You can hear the thought of it.
Oh my god! What a goofball, man!
Oh,
thank you for waking up from your digital nap, Raquis.
This is my segment. It's my segment, right? All right, let me get it ready. Let me get my gloves on.
Your lube?
Yeah. Gotcha. Oh shit! Hold on. I got you.
This is like the longest segment ever to do for me.
Let me clean the chair. Let me clean the chair.
Was he asleep or what?
I guess so.
He might have been fucking retired with how long it took. Jesus Christ.
He took 2 weeks off. I guess they were week 2 days.
Oh yeah, it's time for Raquis Probes a Guest. Welcome. Today's guest is Sue. She's a first timer I see her on the list. First time. Oh, woman. Hi, Sue. You know how to do this probing?
Probing?
You know how to get probed?
Oh my god.
Chris, you're about to be fired, bro.
Alright, so basically how the probing goes is I'm going to ask you some really, really deep, hard questions. And you're going to answer them with your honesty, full commitment, 100% answer, no matter what it is. Alright?
Okay.
Is the 100% truthful answer.
That's all I got.
Good. That's all I need. Alright, so Sue, at what time of your life that poker became interesting to you?
Well, when we were young, we used to play this game called Volcano. You guys are probably all too young to know, but it was almost like a bingo, but it had the deck of cards, and you could get 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, straight. It taught you poker growing up. And this was when we were young, very young, and we used to play that game. My parents were really into cards and playing poker, and so that Volcano game is the one that taught me poker. And it's almost like bingo. Instead of like the Loteria little things, it'd have a deck of cards on it. And you try to make the best hand out of it.
And how old were you?
Jeez, probably about 10 to 12 years old.
Wow. Impressive. So, now fast forward. When did you, play it at like a private cash game or like a tournament or somewhere that wasn't with family and actually real other poker players?
Well, when I started with Eager Beaver back in probably about 2 years ago, I think, or 3 years ago, I don't know how long they got started, the 185th person, and they only had started before me, so it wasn't like they'd been going a long time. So I was going every single day, but then I got burnt out and I stopped going.
So you're saying from the age of 12 and down, 2 years ago was your first time ever playing with other people?
Yeah, as far as, except for like WinStar or casinos, that type of thing. I've been playing at WinStar at the table all the time. Not in the poker room,
Okay,
but at the Texas Ultimate Hold'em.
Against a dealer.
Against the dealer, and I won 1 4 of a kind of quads, and I won 3 times on full houses on the flop.
Well, in the 2 years you've been playing with people, congratulations, Sue. You are really good of a poker player. So, I mean, you're definitely the name that Chris said. Tsunami. So now.
Yeah. Hey, Raquis, can you do me a favor? Can you start talking out of your mouth instead of just your nose and nostrils? Jesus Christ, I can't understand anything you're saying.
Sorry. All right, guys. So, what made you want to join Poker League at Chris Woodmansey's house?
Because Chris is family.
Oh, so you joined it just because of his family?
Well, he's the Garcia family has been in our lives for the past 20 years. And being part of that family, and I just love Chris. We connected that the game that Chris was referring to, that Christmas exchange, we connected. We didn't even know each other, but we were like glue all that whole night. And I just love the guy, and I just think he's just a great guy.
Man, that stuff you're stuck with him because it's family.
Yeah, I'm stuck with him. You have no choice. I got to see him every holiday.
You gotta see this thing out. You gotta watch this thing out.
Chris is a great guy, and all y'all should be saying exactly what Tsunami just said.
Nobody asked you, Raquis.
Alright, that's really sweet, Sue. I bet Chris feels the same way. I know his heart. And, now, so how many tournaments have you played in the Poker League, and how many did you win?
On far as Chris's league or Eager Beaver?
Chris's Poker League. How many? We were on season 9.
I've never won.
Did you?
I've never won a full season.
Did you?
I've never won once. At the beginning, I won.
When was the last final table you made?
Well, this last week. This last week we had the final table.
So we're talking about at the end of the 5 weeks.
No, I meant at the end of the tournament.
At the end.
At the end of the tournament. Oh no, it's been a while.
You're due. It's time to work. You are due.
Right. So
go ahead. Eager Beaver. I've been like third, like so many weeks in a row. It gets frustrating. It really comes down to. But then you got different kind of players that play in that league. I enjoy playing with the ones that we play on Thursday, and then there's some that this past week was not so much fun. And Rob and this other guy were getting into it. which I'd gotten into it with that guy before too.
Was that Richard?
And he just
Yeah.
no, it's
Oh no.
no, it's
It was a dealer. Lee, it was a dealer.
and no Andi.
The guy going to
no,
Vegas.
Yeah.
No, not this last time. Yeah, that was horrible. These guys were horrible. I never
Yeah.
been that far. The guy Lee warned me prior to starting the game because that's where. What's so funny is that Craig told me, "Hey, I need you to deal," and then he realized who he was putting me against. He goes, "Dang, I should have known then who I was going against. I could have backed out of dealing, but I didn't because I'm not afraid of anything. You lose, you lose. You know, it's all there to have fun, anyways." But the guy was really unsportsmanlike. I mean, he was dead set about. I mean, we're 1 and 2 blinds, and he was betting 50, almost all in. 50,000. I mean, and we're on the first. We hadn't even got around one time, and he was already betting like that. And the first time I called him out, and I beat him really bad. And I think he was shocked that I called, and I beat him. And at first, then he stopped doing it. But then when he smelled, smoke in the water, where I should have stayed strong on it, and I didn't. I sort of backed off. And then he, they just started doing that.
Yeah, so when I moved over to that table, Sue, there was 5 of us, and we knocked it. It was him and I, and we knocked it down to just us 2, and we split the table. When you were like, did you knock him out? You're absolutely right, though. There's a different vibe, and you can kind of feel this. Like if you go to a poker game that's in WinStar, right, and you get kind of a mixture of people, and there could be a nice little group of people there. Or you go to Thursdays. I always have a good time at Thursday. It doesn't matter who I'm at the table with. It doesn't matter. I always have a good time Thursday. Even if it's competitive, even if I'm getting my ass kicked, right? It doesn't matter. I haven't had a great time at any of their tournaments. I love playing cards. I'm always going to go because I'm kind of competitive, right? But I haven't had a great time. And guess what? When I am having the best time, it's because of our AIA group that's there. That we're chatting with and BSing with. Like that's what it is. We were representing that day, and I think it was a nice little show out. I kind of wish that the outcome was a little different, but I mean, we showed up to the final table. There's Gino, myself, Lee, Chris, and that's it. And I think that was the one you won, right, Chris? Oh, is Chris not here? I forgot. My bad. I'll have to ask him when he gets back.
He told me about it. He took second place.
Oh, second, and then Lee, that's the one you won, right?
That's the one. Yep. We were at the Hilton.
Hey, you're supposed to jump all over that.
Who's the one that took the Mexican guy? The dealer.
Craig? No, Tony. Tony was the other dealer at the final table. Or are you talking about?
No. When he moved, the guy with the hat, when he was dealing, he moved over to your table. So whenever he moved over to your table, somebody took him out at your table because he didn't make the final table.
Oh,
you were at my table, dipshit.
No,
the white guy with the hat.
Yeah.
Paid the 10,000 was only
sitting on the left side of you, right side of you. One is
he was on the right side of me. The white guy with the baseball hat. And he paid $10,000 for the poker. He's in Vegas right now. Well, this might be out by now.
Well, I made.
Yeah, he paid $10,000. He was going.
I bluffed him really bad. It was he had a good stack coming to my table, and me and Santa were dealing JR. And I was big blind, and everybody limps in, and it was 5-10. The blinds were 5-10. Well, I raised it to 30 pre-flop, and all I had was a 5-6 of hearts, and everybody folded but that guy. And I kind of put him on either a big pair or 2 high cards, and I was surprised, but he checked after the flop hit. And the flop did have 2 hearts. I believe one of them was an ace of hearts. I think it was like ace, jack, and junk. Ace, jack of hearts. And he checks to me, which I was kind of surprised. But I said, well, he's either going to hit, and he's trying to trap me, or I'm going to trap him. So I said, okay, fuck it. I'm going to go all in. I go all in, and he folds. And I said, man, I only had a flush draw. And he got pissed. He got really pissed.
He got pissed off, huh?
Yeah, I think he had probably.
He's a true poker brat. Yeah, he's a true poker brain. He got mad at me because I didn't show my cards. I was like, I don't fucking have. What do you mean? What do I didn't show it? Yeah, because because the hand before I showed my cards out of respect for the process of not him and I, but the guy that I was in the hand with. We're talking about, and that's the only reason I showed. I bluffed him out of the hand, and he got mad that I didn't show my card. I was like, I don't have to show every fucking card. Yeah,
that does.
But he just had an attitude, man. It's just really.
Those two guys really brought the room down. It wasn't
the whole
fun.
room down. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it was.
Chris beat him ace king to ace nine suited, and he flopped the flush, or Lee flopped it for him.
Yeah, so I had.
I was like, Chris, when you at the table?
Yeah, that was when he moved to our table, and then
Chris took him out.
Yeah, Chris did take him out. I remember that, and I was dealing, so that was fun.
I wish I would have stayed to see it.
Yeah, he was not happy that night. When he took that beat from me, he had invested a lot of his chips and he had lost, but Chris did the dirty work and he got them all in and he got them out. His friend was out before he even made it to our table. His friend is Mark, who's the Hispanic kid who's really, really good betting the really big bets. He was out before he made it. So I
knocked him out.
That table was.
That's the one I wanted to see out.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that he was being really, like, it was only me and him in the hand. And I was already down to probably less than 20,000. And he kept me going all in because he wanted me out. And I says, are you freaking kidding me? And he didn't have anything. And half the time I just started calling him just to say, you know what, screw it, I'm already low end. And if that's how you're going to play, when he was playing against somebody else, he wouldn't go all in.
Oh, wow.
He was only doing it against me. And I thought, whatever, dude. And I was doing it and I was getting lucky and he was getting mad. And, but this didn't make game no more. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes you would think, would you do that normally? No, but not every single time.
Exactly.
He was just being a jerk. Right.
So you'll be happy to know that it was a very good AIA performance by all of us in the end. It's about maybe 5 or 6 of us made the final table, and one of our AIA members took top 2, so we did pretty good.
That's great.
Yep. I think we did really well. So, but yeah, go ahead, Raquis.
Yeah, okay, yeah. This is my fucking segment. All right, guys. I can do better. Okay, this is my segment. All right, I can't get this thing hard every second. All right,
yeah, we just gave you 30 seconds to take 3 more bites of your Whataburger. Shut the hell up.
All right, so soon. All right, so final question. So after the last Thursday that y'all played, and that performance taking 3rd place, man, 21 points. I mean, after that high, and then maybe you changed up things in your game. Now, what did you change up, and how are you going to keep on performing like this week by week for 7 weeks?
You know, I've always been strong on the first half of the thing. Once we get to the higher blinds, I have to tell myself not to bid because the blinds are hard. Then you're thinking, now you're doubling it up. And that's how my chips got down low fast. And I was out quickly. And I'm being more strategizing and not being so to jump the gun on it. Normally, it's okay to win when you're in the lower blinds, 1 or 2, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But once you get to the higher blinds, I got to stop myself and say, wait a minute, I'm going to lose half my stack. Like this last time on this hand that on Sunday, and I could just kick myself. And I had a pair of aces, but something was telling me he had something better. And somebody else had already called them all in. And I told myself, don't do it. And I just should have just followed my gut, and I didn't. And he had ended up with the full house because he had trips. Mm. But, sometimes you just have to follow your gut. And that's what I've been doing better, following my gut and knowing that don't jump ahead of, the game. See how everybody's betting. Don't jump high unless you have something solid.
What I heard, and you definitely played like that. You definitely played very damn well. So congratulations. We really do want to say that a big improvement from coming in the bottom 10, always like under 10. I mean, big improvement. So congratulations.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. First of all, I love the nickname, right? So if for those of you guys that didn't hear, Chris gave a nickname to Sue that I think is form fitted. I think it's perfect. I think it kind of has all these different meanings and subtle meanings and direct meanings, and it's Tsunami, right? So comes in here, she kind of takes you by storm, or she takes everything in its path and clears it, or she, kind of frustrates you for the moment. And then there's the sunshine out. There's all kinds of things I look at when I play it. But you just described something so perfect, because this is what makes our league terrifying and exciting all in the same moment, right? The ability for you to adjust your entire thought process of how you play cards based off of what you're seeing at that moment in the middle of a tournament, in the middle of a game, right? And know you need to strategize, know you need to slow it down, know you need to kind of watch your calling, play a little tighter, play a little looser, whatever. And what I'm saying, that's what makes it so exciting for AIA. So like I said, I appreciate you coming along in this tournament. I mean, in this league, it's a lot of fun playing with you, Sue. So
Thank you. And you know what? Sometimes even when I go out early, I still had a great time.
yeah,
It is what it is, because at the end of the day, it's not, of course you would love to win and be the winner at the end of the thing, but it's the atmosphere, it's the camaraderie, it's just seeing everybody's faces, seeing how, what's going on for the day, and everybody just making each other happy.
I agree.
That's all it's worth.
I second that. And I'm so happy you're on with us too. I love you too. You're so great. Give us a little history on you. Like, what's your background? Because I know you were a police officer, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in California, and I lived there for almost 42 years. And my parents are originally born and raised here in Texas. So my two older sisters were born in Texas. And my parents were born in 55, and then moved to California at 59. And in 2003, they decided to move back to Texas. And that broke my heart, because I never wanted to leave California, but we were a very tight-knit family, and within 3 years, everybody was here.
Oh, that's good.
So, and at the age of 20, I was in college, and he was a deputy sheriff. He was the detective on the Night Stalker case. You probably don't know that, because they're probably too young.
No, I know.
But it was Night Stalker. He killed a lot of people in California. And he was the Night Stalker, a detective, and he came into our college and gave this speech. And the second he was done with that speech, I knew I wanted to be a police officer. So I waited till I turned 21, and I went through the process, and I was almost 3/4 before towards the ending, and there was a hiring freeze. So I didn't, and then when it came back on, when I turned 23, they finished it. And in 1986, I entered the academy, graduated, and I was a police officer for 13 years.
When Gil came to your college, was it like, hey, you could be like me and take this guy off this guy off the streets, if you go down this pathway? Or like, what's the selling point from a guy who's such a big case? Or had he not done it yet?
He had in 1986. When was the Night Stalker? It was in the 80s, right?
Yeah, it was like 85,
so
80, yeah.
So I think he had already went through all that, and
okay,
he didn't really touch base on the Night Stalker. He did mention it, but it was the way he envisioned himself about what his everyday getting up and knowing that something new was always going to happen. So your day was never the same. And I remember going into work every single day, and for the first 7 years, I did patrol. And during that 7 years of patrol, I mean, everything that you can think of, I was involved. Heart-wrenching, child feeding cats, the LA riots. I was driving around in a patrol car with 4 people in it. I was on the passenger's side carrying a shotgun out the window. We went into the projects in East LA, and there was a police van in front of us. We were in the very last car. There was 3 units, 1 police van and 2 police patrol cars. And we were to the project because there were shots fired. And then all of a sudden we were taking rounds, and we didn't know where they were coming from. And there was a CBS newscaster. I pushed him down to get him out of the way from the fire. And when I stood right back, a round went right past my face.
Good.
I would had I been standing there, I would have been shot right in the face.
Did you hear
And
it?
if I hadn't, it went right past my face, in front of my face. I had smoke like sizzling on my nose, and I never been so scared in my life. And I told him, let's get out of here. He didn't even know which way to go because we couldn't even tell where the rounds were coming from.
Jeez.
And I told him, back up, back up, back up, back up. And we got out of there. And I can remember, I think for 2 days, my mind was shook, you know what I mean? But you don't really talk about it because the next day you're already involved in something else, you know? And we were on the front row paper because we did a multi-7 arrest for these guys breaking into a sporting good place. And what's so funny is they stole all their stuff and they left a trail all the way to their house. All they do is find all the boxes and go all the way to their house and knock on the door. And the grandma says, oh, they're all asleep. And then they're all laying down with their pants on, with tennis shoes on, hard speeding 9 miles per hour.
Shit's still muddy.
Yeah, it had Nike boxes and, all this kind of stuff. So let's go to jail.
Yeah.
But, I was in an officer involved shooting, and I shot a guy who tried to stab my partner with a knife. And, it's those split decisions and things in life that no one can tell you how you're going to react.
Right.
So,
I did what I had to do. And I remember that night going home, and I didn't say anything to anybody when it was a local bar I used to go. Our family friends used to always go there. And I was sitting there thinking, rewinding that moment, that split second when you pull the trigger. But, it's one of those things that you don't know whether the academy can only teach you so much.
Yeah.
It's
so I was going to,
what you do.
this is not, I mean, obviously, first of all, we're so grateful and appreciative of you being, kind of out there and putting your life on the line for that kind of stuff. So a job well done. And like I said, validated. So I went to the academy in Dallas and I was going through and I was in week 19 and I had already had a badge number and I had an idea of where I was going. And so this time in 2009, phones that were just coming out. So it was just becoming a problem where everybody was wanting to record everything that happened between law enforcement and civilians, right? And so I had got a job offer making double the amount of money I was making for Dallas PD, right? And so I took it. And man, the buddies of mine that went through the academy that next year when the phones came out, they said, man, it's nothing like what they expected and kind of planned and prepped for us to be. Nothing, because these phones just don't give us, we have to second and double guess. And like you said, you have a split second to make a decision for your life, for somebody else's life, for any scenario at any given time. And that phone idea, the idea of being scrutinized for doing your job, it makes people delay the process of thinking. A lot of people, I'm sure during that time, they were making decisions, they were making budget cuts, there was all kinds of things going on. So the fact that you went through that and, in LA and put yourself on the line for all that stuff, we're greatly appreciated for. So
Very
that's
much
awesome.
so,
Well, you know what? One thing about Marty, about the phones, is the fact that 2 seconds pre-record that didn't get recorded can change an outcome of what people are looking at.
Very true.
Exactly right.
And
100%.
unless you're there from the very second it starts to it finishes, you can get 7 different scenarios of what you think could possibly be going on.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just take into fact what, sometimes I'm screaming at the TV, and I'm not always pro police. Sometimes my philosophy is what's right is right, and what the law is what the law is. I don't care who you are. I don't give a crap. Well, I've been a cop 27 years, and there's someone doing something dirty. I'm going to be the first one to raise my hand and say, "You better stop that shit. You're not going to do that for me," because that's my integrity and my thing. So, I mean, the George Floyd thing that really irritated me. Like, what are you doing doing that? There was no reason for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Hey, speaking of breathing, Chris, we can hear you breathing in the fuck. Are you okay?
Oh, it's my fan. Hold on.
Oh, Chris is here. Where's Raquis?
Yeah, he's back. Raquis is done. He checked out. He clocked out. So if you don't mind, guys, so we'll get started on the next segment. I don't know, Sue, if you've been a part of this or not, or I know you've heard your name picked a few times in this, but this next segment is called the Porcelain Corner, right? And it was essentially created to kind of start shit and just kind of be an area where you can let free, let your true opinions come out. And we've asked a bunch of different random questions. So one question I have for you, first of all, is in this league, in this 10-week league, who's been the hardest opponent you've hit against in this 10-week league? So in the first 4 weeks of this league.
In the first, I would say Lee.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Thanks.
I like it. All right. The next part of this is going to be
like sucking his dick.
Oh, shut up.
you're going to pick good night. You're going to pick who you think is going to win this week and who's going to be the first out this week. By the way, for everybody that's listening, we've had 4 weeks of picks and the score is zeros across the board with the exception of me, and I have 2 picks correct. So good luck trying to come back from that. Nobody cares, Chris. And then go ahead, Sue.
The one that really surprises me is Will.
Yes.
I don't know why, because when we first played him, he won. Obviously, he won, but he won some hands that were like, oh wow, he just got lucky. And then as time has progressed, he's been really. I mean, he just like, man, you take it for granted, and there he is. So I have a lot of respect for Will. And his.
Well, I am.
Yep. Well, so do you pick him to win this week?
I don't know. I think my brother's on a roll, and my brother is a very good poker player, and him and my dad were very.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, they're really. My dad was a great poker player, and Gino has a lot of my dad's traits, and sometimes I think me and him talk about it when we're driving home about what we did wrong. You know what I mean? What we should have done and what we didn't do, and it helps on the way home.
Yeah.
Feed off each other and say, hey, this is what I had. What do I do? Or, and then he'll say, I had this. I don't know why I didn't do this. Or, second guessing yourself sometimes. But I think Gino's going to stay in that top 5. But do I think he's going to take this week? I don't think so. I mean, I just think Sherry's really a reckoning. So I take her to be in the top 5. But honestly, I don't know who. This game, anybody can take it.
Yep, but unfortunately for the Porcelain Corner, you got to pick one. And you can't pick yourself.
Okay.
That's what sucks about this.
No, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna put Ryan.
Oh wow, what a
Ryan. Oh,
what
nice.
a bandwagon answer.
and to lose.
To lose?
Yeah, who's the first one out?
They're not losers, but I'm saying first one out for the week.
They're 100% losers.
No, only when you go out. You're the only loser.
I was a loser. Not gonna lie, I was a loser. But if you're the first one out, you're a loser.
Very, very good point. So, all right, go ahead, Sue.
And that's really hard to pick.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're taking about 10 minutes to decide. Like Lee does this too.
Yeah. So I tell you what, we'll give you a second, and I'll come back. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Just think about it. All right, Chris, go ahead.
All right, my first out is Sherry.
Oh, wow.
I think she's on a little good luck Chuck kind of streak. So it's going to crash and burn. So
man, looks like I'm going to stay in the lead this week. All right, who you got winning?
All right, my winner for week 5 is probably. There we go. Yay!
Ronnie? Yeah. All right, I got Ronnie. I'm putting Ronnie.
Lee.
Oh, okay. Lee. Okay.
Feeling the love.
Okay. Wow. Okay, Lee.
Get my dick here soon.
Oh my God. I knew that.
Man.
Jesus. All right.
Lee.
So I thought long and hard about this. No pun intended. I'm going to have to go with Noe only because he's brand new to the league. Well, maybe his second time playing. And my winner, of course, is Tsunami, the tough Sue. She's going to kick some ass this week.
I like it. Okay. And Noe to go out first? Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. Man, Noe's a good player. Sherry's actually a really good player, man. A lot of fun to play with her, but, man, I don't think she's going to go out. So I'm going to go ahead and pick. I think that I'm putting I think Carrie's going to stick around this week, and I think he's going to be the winner. He hadn't played a little bit. I gave him that little poker cheat book, so we're going to see about that if that played in. And then my first my first out this week, and I hate to say it, he's going to be so mad at me and be pissed off, but I don't give a shit because is Will. Will's been floating high for a little while. Yeah.
Wow.
He's going and we've been going back and forth a little bit, just giving each other a hard time. So I like that.
I know he takes it personal.
Hey, you're both going back and forth, giving each other a hard.
But he gets so lucky. He gets lucky a lot of times.
That sounds like Christmas time.
yeah.
Say Marty's getting lucky with him.
I deleted Chris's contact, so I don't even know who's talking.
They're funny.
All right, so Sue.
All right, so, Sue.
Who's losing?
You know you want to say Chris. You think who?
No. Qui.
Oh, wait.
Who?
Q?
Q's out. Q's out.
Yeah, he's out.
No,
he took his spot.
No, he did. So that's who I picked. So you can pick him if you want, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick him too.
Okay.
No,
So she says this now until she meets the guy. Like, oh, I like this guy. Oh, it's gonna be hard.
Well, just so you know, Sue, this is why I did this. This is a lot of fun. Nobody takes it personal. Nobody means it in any shape or form except for
I mean it.
when I pick Chris. I'm the only one that means that. So.
If I vote for you, that means I believe you're gonna suck.
No, I'm talking about hurting people's feelings. Like nobody intentionally hurts anybody's feelings with these picks. It's just meant to kind of have a good time. So
No, except
I do. He's lying. This is exactly what this is for.
Chris takes it personally.
I got you. All right. So I appreciate you guys in the and picking for this week. It's gonna be a lot of fun getting out there and getting back to playing cards. So also we have our tournament this week, our first AIA tournament, right? That's going to take place. That starts on Friday. It's a 2-day tournament. It's going to be at, we don't know where it's at because it's an undisclosed area. So,
Fucking almost. My house.
sorry.
Right.
That was just me giving him a hard time because there's no damn address on it. He's like, send it to everybody. And I was like, how do you want people to find you?
You're right. But also, I mean, can you talk about the theme next week? We will have a week 5 theme, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory thing. It will be
next week.
Next week. Not this Thursday. Not this coming up Thursday. Week 5. Will be the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory theme.
Yes. Not Phil Hellmuth, not the Poker Brat, but Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No. Sherry played like Phil Hellmuth. If Phil Hellmuth was a woman, Sherry would be
the Poker Brat.
Yeah. Hey, he's with his son. That's got to be a pretty cool feeling to be able to play poker. It's like the first time I played softball with my son. That was such a blast. See him out there with us and having a good time. So,
and what's his last name again?
Ooh, Hellmuth.
Hellmuth. Oh, Hellmuth. Yeah, Hellmuth.
Yeah, I'm looking at the final 8 right now in the WSOP. The final 8.
Yeah,
and Daniel Negreanu and Phil Hellmuth is out.
Jesus Christ! That was a lot.
I just want to pay Chris to have him say Phil Hellmuth again.
I'm so fucked up right now. Calm down.
All right. So
my favorite player is Nagrachi.
Yeah, no, Daniel Negreanu.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yes.
Chris took his class. He had a class, and Chris paid for it.
Oh my, yeah, you're that guy.
That was a year ago.
Hey, well, YouTube was out a year ago, just so you know.
All right, hey, my wife was on here, and Stephanie. Yeah, I took a lot.
Yeah, they are. They joined us.
I took a lot, Stephanie. I don't know if that sounds like
Chris. Who's your girlfriend? Tell make sure Camilla doesn't listen to your girlfriend.
Amy.
Amy. Oh, Amy. Oh, Camilla, you didn't hear that.
Oh. All right. But yeah, so that's the theme, and I do have a big tournament coming up on Friday. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be basically like the WSOP theme, but here in Texas. It's gonna be a cheaper buy-in, but the line structure will be based off the WSOP Bulldog event, and it's gonna be fun. You get 30K in chips. The blind's very low, but it just makes it you able to play tighter. Like your open is very narrow.
And we should have about 3 or 4 tables. We hope to get everybody from our AIA Poker League to join. I'd say a great majority of it's going to be that. We talked tonight to some of our Beaver poker buddies, and some of them are interested in our 2-day tournament. So we should have about 3 or 4 tables worth. It's this Friday. Now, is it, Chris? I want to find out, is it going to be timed?
So how many people would be eliminated in the first round?
I can't.
Anybody.
Sorry.
It could be anybody or nobody. It could be.
Yeah. Eliminations can happen the first day, but you get 2 buy-ins, 2 rebuys.
Oh, 2 rebuys. Okay. And now, is it timed? Is there a cutoff time for Friday?
Yes, it's 7. Friday is 7 to 12. We'll be playing for 5 hours.
Wow.
Right. And
I might be a little bit late, but I'm gonna try to make it.
you can late registration.
And
Means it's Saturday at 9:00.
people are asking me how much the win is.
I can't determine that. I did put a ratio on the flyer. I can't determine how much I'm winning because I don't know how many people are in it. But the ratios on the flyer is 1/3, or if I get more than one, it's 1/4.
Well, how much money can you fit in your right pocket? Then we'll just double that and determine how.
Okay, so about maybe $1,200.
Hey, that's not bad.
I'm just kidding.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you want more information, text me, Chris, Marty, Sue, anybody that's in the AI.
And I'm doing referrals. If they haven't been in my house and their first time there, you get 5,000 in chips. 5,000.
Really? So we only start out with 30, but you get 5K if you refer people.
Yeah. So 5K is actually a lot.
All right. So Marty, I refer you.
Nope.
That's weird because I refer Sue. What do you mean?
In my house.
Don't start setting stipulations now, Chris, because you fucked up the rules.
I just said that. I literally just said if they haven't been in my house, I take referral bonus. I have a 5K.
Hey, the blog voted against your vote. They vetoed it. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Marty, that's right. You changed your name. You're now Martin. So Martin has never been in your
His
house.
name is Martin.
No, yeah, but Marty's the one that entered your house. So now his name's Martin.
Yeah.
So Martin's my referral.
So yes, please. It's gonna be big.
At least 4 tables. So
It's gonna be. I'm hoping 4 tables, but I can't promise 4 tables. But I'm hoping 4 tables.
and it should be in the garage. We should make it an all garage.
Oh, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. We're gonna be
Oh,
Come
it's
on.
be too hot.
We could bring
It's
fans.
gonna be real hot.
I hate when we're split up upstairs and downstairs.
No, it'll be all upstairs. It'll be all upstairs.
How are we going to fit 4 tables upstairs?
Oh, I can. In the office and then one in the little hallway.
You may have a point. So if it's all upstairs, then you can
Ronnie's
put
not
it.
coming. Ronnie's not coming. So we're
Oh,
good.
okay. All right. So that's it. So it'll be this Friday, Saturday is the big tournament, our first annual tournament, I should say, because we've done tournaments in the past.
Yes. And I want to do more of these. So if the turnout was great, I'll take comments and suggestions on how to make it better next time. And
We've got our
feedbacks.
We've got our big executive game coming up too. That's going to be something that Marty's going to host.
Yeah.
It's going to be a minimum $100 buy-in. I know we've been talking a lot about it for the last month, and we're just.
I'll have the date.
It's going to be at your house, right?
So.
Well, it's either going to be.
No,
we're sure it's going to be at the Point. So we've got to.
It's not. Yes, it's going to be at a location that I'll let everybody know on Thursday.
Yeah.
We've got a room. We've got a private room set up for it.
And Marty, do you want to announce it the future, or is that like a possibility?
Oh no, it's definite. It's definite. It's just the only thing that's not definite is when.
No, Marty knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I'll announce it next podcast.
Yeah, this is all in potential. This is hypothetically. This is all like it's in the books. It's not 100% locked down.
Yeah, but we'll lock that down this week, and then I'll announce it at the next podcast.
All right, sounds good. All right, that's a wrap. So, gentlemen, Tsunami, I think we did good. Just in closing, I just want to kind of say, there's been a lot of stuff in the news about the floods, so we all want to send prayers out to the people that are affected by the floods and everything. So it's been a horrible tragedy, and I hear now it's even gone into other states like New Mexico, and so we just want to, thoughts and prayers to everybody that's been affected by it.
Absolutely. If you guys have family members or anything like that, you guys can reach out to me privately, and I'll try to do what I can to help. So,
very good. All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Sue. We appreciate you joining and appreciate your service.
Hey, last
Thank you,
thing,
guys.
Sue, and not to interrupt you, I'm so sorry, but hey, Chris, website is up and running. Is it? Can we buy some stuff from there or what?
Yeah,
Selling something?
So my apparel is official. I'm about to post it to the group Facebook, the group one, not the account.
Oh, the better one?
No, it's a group one.
Okay.
I mean, the Beaver League has both.
Oh, we have
the Beaver League.
we have a Facebook account. We have a Facebook page.
We have a
Oh,
Facebook,
snap.
we have a Facebook page.
That's the better
We have a Facebook.
Oh,
We have a Facebook group.
wow, what's it called?
Facebook group is All in Alliance Poker Club.
Wow, that's neat. And the website?
The
Same
website
thing.
is not up yet. It's not.
Same thing. Well, the website is
The website is not up, but the Facebook group is coming. We're slowly growing. but everything's gonna be posted on there, and all their meetups. And if we have different locations, which I'm not gonna go into further than that, but if we have more locations to be hosting poker, we'll be posting in there.
I think Marty's talking about the merch, the website that has the merch.
No, he's talking about the legit all in.
No, I'm talking about the merch, bro.
Okay, so the merch website has been posted to the group text. I haven't posted on the group Facebook group, but it is launched. You can buy your shirts there. I think they're $30. So on an average, you're gonna be spending $34 depending on your size. I know $4 is 4X, and if you get 5X, it's $5, stuff like that. So based on that, the most you'll spend is $35. So,
all right, hey, Chris.
There's so many of the things. Which one are you? Is it the WSOP Summer League? Is that where you're gonna find it? Because there's so many
That's just talking about the group
different
chat.
group chats.
He'll post them on the big one, on the latest one. So
I'm gonna post it right now again.
We'll post it.
Why can't you just fucking say it? What's happening right now?
Oh, I don't know.
Use your words. Say it.
I don't know by heart.
I don't know. For our Russian listeners, they're not a part of the fucking group text. Like, just so you know. So you're trying to sell this merch to three and a half people that got the right text, and then God forbid somebody texts something else, and it creates a whole nother chat. Now we lost everybody. So
there we go.
I'm saying I should do better.
Do better.
I'm saying you should stop wasting your money on Negrano classes and fucking take a podcast and business class. Let's go.
Hey, so the website is Big Frog Flower Mound.
PhilHelmuth.com.
No, Big Frog Flower Mound .chipley is spelled CHIPPLY.com. The website you can go to.
Never mind. Put it in the chat.
I'll be posted again. Big Frog Flower Mound .chipley as CHIPPLY.com. More rewards going out. If I can add it, if we all agree to add it this season, I will add it this season. If we don't agree, then I'll add it at the next upcoming Poker League season. I want to add incentives. If you wear my apparel, the AIA apparel,
Like I said,
at other establishments, like
my apparel.
Yeah, I created it.
Oh my God.
And our apparel line, we can, if you wear it at other events, like me and Marty did on Thursday, if you wear it, I'll be giving you bonus chips. If you take a picture of yourself and then check in and then post it on our page, if you do all that, I will give bonus chips like $25K for doing all of those stuff. So, and then of course buying it. If you buy it, you get a bonus chips. But if you start wearing it out in other poker events and taking a picture and checking in where you're doing it at, you'll get bonus chips.
There you have it.
Nice.
Heard it here first. Again, I want to thank Sue, thank our hosts, and sorry Andi wasn't able to make it. She should be back next week.
All right, people. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's podcast. We look forward to seeing everybody. Hopefully we'll get our website for the merch up and running. Hopefully we'll get our Facebook page up and running. But most of all, hopefully you guys have a great time listening to us every single week, talking shit, having a good time with every single one of our guests. Hosts is out. Look forward to y'all next week. Thanks.
If you do not join, you will be like myself, getting the first out and the bounty.